Well, I thought the third time was going to be the charm. I guess not. Uh, so here we are, number 4. Um, whatever. Anyway, this is my first pentakill on Mordekaiser. I just picked this champion up probably a few weeks prior to this game. I hadn't really paid much attention to him uh, because I remembered him before as that kind of silver dude with the giant feet. I did like his mace, and I liked some of his moves, but he was kind of a weird and awkward champ to play, if I'm honest. So I never really took him too seriously. But when I came back, everyone was talking about Mordekaiser, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I saw him in game, and I was just like, wow, this guy looks like a monster, dude. I have to play this. And I love the sound effects on that cube. Like, when you drop that on someone, it just feels so powerful. And later in the game, when you've got like some AP, and you get that skill kind of maxed out, you get in that 40% bonus damage on isolated targets. It just feels so satisfying to drop that on someone and watch their life just disappear. It's a cool move for sure. I like the AOE too. That's pretty sick, especially since it's passive. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going on with Mordekaiser's passives. What else? Grab is, I don't know, whatever. It's weird. It's slow as shit. It's hard to land. But it is cool. I remember when I first learned I could use it as a disengage tool. That was pretty cool. And I like, people chasing you and you just kind of do that grab there, but backwards, and you just throw them away from you. So yeah, I think pretty much, and the healing from his shield. That's pretty neat. It's like a twist maybe on like the Tryndamere healing. But yeah, it's cool. It gives him that tanky feeling. I don't really have anything to say about it, to be honest. Like, I don't think it could be better. I hope they don't make it worse. But yeah, all of his stuff just feels good. And I'm more of kind of like a passive player anyway, I think, because I just don't know enough. Oh, and I should say this is below hell. This is, I think, silver 2 right now. Oh, actually, maybe even lower, to be honest, when I filmed this. Maybe lower.
A summoner has reconnected.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, and then the art, like, wow, he looks so much better now. He doesn't have giant cartoon feet. His mace looks like a lot more detailed, a lot more unique. And his armor, I tried kind of drawing him, but it's a lot more complicated than it looks, because his breastplate is really just the plate, and then these like interlocking plates that kind of almost look like a rib cage, and then those spikes on his shoulders, they're weird. Like, it's hard to tell from some of the angles you're at and this overhead view, but they come off of those pauldrons backwards. So drawing that is actually pretty crazy. But otherwise, I mean, I guess the helmet too. Those he's got these weird like Batman ears or something on his helmet. I'm not sure what that's about, but it's kind of cool. I'm down with that. So yeah, I'm playing really passive into set here. Yesterday I was playing, and I got 3 games back to back where someone outpicked Mordekaiser from me. And my favorite matchup or my favorite pick into it was Set. Now, I'm not saying that's like good. It's just Set's the only one that I really play in the top lane who has some form of hard CC. And I think that's what really messes up Mordekaiser. If you can stop his AoE from happening at the early part of the trade and get a lot of damage on him, you've won. Because the thing about Mordekaiser is that his shield only builds up effectively on the damage he does. it's like 35% of the damage you're doing and 15% of the damage you take. So it's not really going to go up if you're just getting pummeled, and that's why the hard CC is so brutal on Mordekaiser. Also, missing like all of your farm is also pretty bad on Mordekaiser, but can I say? Silver life. So there's some action happening in the mid lane and in the bot lane. Really, I think it's just my lane that's actually kind of the boring one. I just don't want to give Seth the opportunity to go all in. And really, like, chunking him down in little bursts, I feel, is the best way to fight against the set. Because it just doesn't give him the opportunity to wind up one of those, like, haymakers and just, you know, with true damage. So here I think I've got enough money now, and I'm pushed to tower. I'm not really getting anything out of it. I don't know where Nunu is. I'm kind of worried, I think, that he's counter-jungling my jungler, while my junglers are counter-jungling him. That's a bit of a tongue twister. But, so that's why I kind of backed here. I spent forever in the shops in this game. I don't know why. Mordekaiser's items are pretty straightforward, and they don't really deviate too much from match to match. So, really not sure what the delay is here, but here I am. You know, the other thing I was just thinking about is I used to play Darius into all of my Teemo matchups, and I'm terrible at Darius now. I don't know what changed on him, but wow, I'm bad. And now whenever I play Mordekaiser, I end up in these Teemo matchups, and it's a lot of the same, you know, like really slow, just chilling until you hit 6. But I'm finally at the point now where I feel like I can beat most Teemos with Mordekaiser. I did play against one who was like a real ass. He was running Grasp and Demolish, and there was just no way not to get pushed under tower by this guy. Like, the amount of damage he did to me, I don't know, like, even I think if I had like Set's passive and Garen's passive combined, come on, this CS is terrible. Even if I had their, even if I had theirs combined, I don't think I could have sustained that kind of damage. Oh, okay, Set walks right up to me. I'm gonna give him the business. This is my patented Mord ult into exhaust. It pretty much negates any chance you have of, like, you know, doing damage to me. And I think there's a example of some really not cancer, no, that's not right, that's not the right word, but just some really frustrating mechanics with Mordekaiser, in the fact that his cooldowns are quite long, and it would be nice to buy a early cooldown item like Fiendish Codex or a Kindle Gem, but the problem is I don't really like what any of those build into. I don't mind the Nashor's Tooth, but I don't want it in every match. And the Proto Belt, I just hate. I don't know why. It has like pretty much every stat I think you want on Mordekaiser, but I feel like when I build it, I'm just, I don't know, I'm not as strong as if I have like a Rylai's or a Liandry's as my first finished item. And I feel like it sets me back a lot in terms of gold. So I don't really like that one. I'm also don't build a Spirit Visage every match. I found a few other items I really like in terms of magic resist. I like the Banshee's Veil a lot, and I like Wit's End in certain matchups. It's surprising how like good that sustain can actually be from that item. And when you're running like Last Stand, you're getting that damage bonus, and you're just kind of having Wit's End kind of keep you in that low life state. It's pretty good. But again, it's pretty niche. I think I can count the number of games I've built it on one hand. In fact, I think I've only built it twice, to be honest. So playing really passive here. I know he has his ult. I don't have mine. I don't really want to get into a situation where I have to trade with him. And the other thing, I'm using all my abilities for farming right now because of it. So just one more reason I don't want to be in a trade. Mundo gets a double kill. Negro is just crushing it at 6-0 this game. Yeah. I don't know, like,
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Maybe that's not ideal. Like, it would be nice if his team, like, was getting some kills, but it seems like they're also doing pretty well, too. Except for bot lane. His farm sucks.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
And unfortunately, mid lane is not really winning. She's just trading kills and deaths. That's another frustrating thing about top. I forget which game it is, and I think I have the replay. I might be able to find it. But we got into a 40-minute game where the enemy team had 60 kills. Like, I know it's hard to put your mind around, but there was just a kill, like, faster than the computer could even say, like, someone has died. And shutdowns, they were just passing shutdown gold back and forth. And I remember by the time I got out of the laning phase, I think there was like 30 kills already. And my biggest concern was, what do I do at this point? Because everyone on in the map, basically, my team, their team, are so much farther ahead than I am, or farther ahead of me, like leaps and bounds, just because they keep killing each other. Kind of a derpy play by Set there. I think he was thinking I was like AFK looking at the store or something, and I'm pretty sure he missed that whole wave that I pushed into his tower. I mean, he's still ahead of me and by farm by quite a bit, but yeah, I feel like that was a little bit of a mistake.
Turret plate.
So yeah, I got some decent money now. I've got like a building towards my Rylai's, which I don't actually build, which is another big mistake. Same with that Seeker's Arm Guard. I know it's really efficient in terms of, you know, attributes for gold kind of ratio, but I don't like the hourglass in most cases, and mostly because you don't get HP. Yeah. And I feel like because it's mostly auto attack that I'm having to worry about from Set, and the only one with any really gold I think ends up being Kaisa. So, you know, maybe auto attack mitigation would be good against her, and Diana possibly. But instead I built the Seeker's Arm Guard just because, I don't know, the game told me to. It's recommended. So Set comes back to lane here with like half health. I'm like, dude, that's pretty disrespectful. Fuck you. And I'm looking to tower dive him here. But I gotta push this wave in first. And I've missed so much farm up to this point that I really don't want to miss anymore. So I'm waiting for my stuff to come off cooldown. I land a grab, which surprises me, to be honest. And so then I decide to, you know, exhaust them and go for the all-in. Unfortunately, he flashes like right as I'm doing my Q, which on his part is great, but for me it means I'm stuck in that Q animation, taking a lot more tower hits than I'd anticipated. So I have to flash out. It sucks, but I really wanted the money, to be honest. So I'm glad I didn't die there. That would have been really painful for me. I see me and Negro, I think, are talking at this point about doing this. I didn't realize he was so close to killing it, so I kind of wandered down here for nothing. That's a waste of time. And based on where the wave is, I'm like, no, Set's got to be coming back. I got to go back and buy. And I'm super low health. I don't want to do the same thing Set just did and get punished for it. Because he didn't use his ult last time. And I know he's got some money he's coming back with. So I see him as I'm leaving the base here. And I wish I had gone for the Magic Pen boots, to be honest. But instead, I see he's got a Blade of the Ruin King. I wanted to save my money for the Rylai's, but I'm like, I can't go back to lane with nothing if he's going to have that item. And here I'm in the store map kind of checking, but I don't realize I'm not on the plate to actually buy it. So that's a waste of time. And Negra ends up getting kind of found out while he was like waiting here for the gank. So hanging around in store kind of fucked me and Negro at the same time, so that was really bad. It does help if you have a better idea of what items you want to buy, and you just like immediately buy them and get out of that shop. We played a game I think recently with Illusion, and he was doing that. And Negro was playing support, and he was just like, what is this guy doing? Is he
Red team
AFK?
has slain the
And I
dragon.
think honestly he was doing the same garbage I was doing there, which was just looking at the shot, trying to figure out what do I spend this money on. And it's not always about what to buy. I find it's like when you go back with a really messed up amount of money that doesn't really translate into any
Red
item
team's turret has been destroyed.
or help you build what you're aiming for. So I got a level advantage on him here, even though I'm a little down on farm. I think that's probably how much he spent out of me. So I go for the ult here. I take his what's it called?
Red team's
His
turret
haymaker
has
to
been
the face,
destroyed.
which is probably bad. I should have been moving, but I just felt really confident in the damage I was able to do. And I was like, you know, I think, and he used it super early in the fight. So it didn't actually do a lot of damage. He hadn't built up a lot of his bar, because I hadn't really hit him with much. And then I was able to land that isolated Q at the end, and
Red team's
yeah,
turret
it
has
just
been
does so much
destroyed.
damage. I think Diana comes up here and she like finishes me off, probably. Oh. Okay, yeah, okay. So me and Negro kind of kite this one out, and I'm staying in the back to keep them interested. But at the same time, I'm not really trying to be part of this fight. So I notice Diana's coming in on me. I exhaust her, so she does no damage, and that allows me to not die there. And Negro's able to pick up that kill on Thresh, yeah, we get out. So that was kind of cool. Again, I find exhaust to be so versatile in fights, and even like I was saying before, where I come out of my lane and maybe my team has got some ridiculous amount of kills or whatnot, at least that one fed person on the enemy team, I have a chance to like exhaust them, and maybe my team we can do some damage, kill that person, and you know, play around that. So that's another reason I really like it. Again, spending way too much time in the shop here, and all I bought was upgraded my Leandries, or 2 Leandries. So, I mean, that should have happened a lot sooner. That's my one big takeaway from watching this replay, is just how much time I wasted sitting in the shop doing nothing. So there's a huge fight going in the bot lane, but I think that's just because they were pressed up too hard. And I was back at base. Negro's in his jungle farming, so, you know, I feel like our team kind of got caught out here. I'm going to use this to just push up top. I know I don't do a lot of damage to turrets because I didn't build a Nashor's Tooth, but at least I get the back from set here. And I think they only got 1 kill? Yeah. The setbacks, I get his TP here too, which seems really bad. I don't know that that's helping anything.
Shut down. Shut down. Legendary.
I know I have the Leandries, and so I know that's really strong against Set right now.
Blue team double
So I
kill.
don't mind taking some poke. That, you know, our guys in the bot lane, they did the bad thing by pushing up too far and staying there. But then, you know, the enemy team turns around, does the exact same thing bot lane, and that allowed Negro to get that double kill just now. So now I feel like no one's showing like the pressure is going to be coming my way, and sure enough, I walk into this. I see Nunu going for his red. I'm like, this is going to be an easy steal for me. He can't go anywhere. I'm not expecting the flash over the wall, and I still think I have time to put him down, but my AoE ran out. So I'm not able to really like do much here. I see Syndra coming, and I'm like, well, you know what? Like, let's see what we can get here. Set ults me, so I'm dead.
Red team's
But
turret has
it's
been
still
destroyed.
1-for-1. Even though I gave up like shutdown gold, there's only 150 bucks. I'm not really that bent out of shape about it. And Mundo's still pressuring bot side. Jin's kind of jerking it in the jungle here with Tom Kench, but at least Syndra is pushing the tower, so that's, you know, that's the good thing. Jin and Tom Kench get caught out in the jungle. That's stupid, and unfortunately that means Syndra has to back off here, which I'm not too sure she's gonna do. I really don't like this camera. It used to go into directed mode when you died and follow people, but now it just sits on your corpse. Anyway, Syndra does an amazing job kiting these guys. I think she dies. Yeah, she dies here, but still, that's pretty impressive. In fact, she made it from their second tower all the way to our first one, and still got a kill on someone. Not too upset about that. I really want to build into my Rylai's now that I have Andrew's Torment, so just kind of put more pressure here. I thought Negro had it under control for the dragon. I asked him, I think before I left base, if he needed me, and he was like, no, we got this. It didn't quite work out for them, but giving away some pretty choice dragons here. I was a little concerned, even though the bonuses aren't that much. I don't think you want to give away, you know. So I see him coming at me. I exhaust him immediately, so he doesn't really get a lot of initial damage on me. I miss every skill shot I have, and he kites out my AoE, so I don't have that anymore. Thankfully, my team's here to back me up, so that's pretty choice. It's not something you get used to, but this Thresh Lantern out of nowhere saves his life. I hope he set bot Thresh a beer after this, because that was an epic win. I'm not going to play around in the jungle. I'm not about this bush scaring jungle 1v1 in a bush life, so I'm just going to get the objective here. I want this turret, or tower rather, I guess.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Gives them less to hide behind and really opens up this top lane for us. I don't have any of my team here, and I didn't know they were all coming for me, so it was a little bit cheeky of me to try to stay to get the jungle camp. Thresh is coming. I'm pretty much dead. That's my bad. I should have been more aware of like death timers and, you know, paying attention to the map, but it is what it is. Oh, these death timers are getting terrible. Let's see if we can beat this here. So, yeah, I think Set was looking for some kind of flank here, but then he my team realized it and backed off. Except for this person. Syndra is in the middle of all of them. She still got a kill, so... But again, I don't know if just like getting 1-for-1 is worth it. I don't think so. We're 3k gold up at this point. I feel like having our people alive is more beneficial. Negro's now 10-1, so he's like a massive monster. He can basically go where he pleases. So they're just pressuring mid. I want to pressure bot to set up for a Baron soon, because I don't want this game to go on any longer than it needs to. So I'm pushing up bot. For some reason, my mid lane decides to give up pressure here. And I don't really notice it, I guess, because they're all still kind of there. And I don't know if like maybe it's because of the minion wave. I also thought something was happening, so I decided to move in for a fight. Stop Nunu's back, maybe, or whatever it was he was doing there. But I think it also drew a lot of attention my way that I didn't necessarily want. And my team gives up mid pressure to chase Set through the jungle again. And that kind of like destroys my bot lane push. They start coming back now, but there's no pressure bot. There's not really much I can do here. And I don't want to go out there and just get poked out. And I just want to push bot, so. I don't know what Tahm Kench is signaling for here to get help with. It's really stupid. They should be pressuring that mid lane as hard as possible so I can do some damage here. It's not worth it to like I don't know what Tahm Kench is doing right now, to be honest with you. But whatever he's doing is not worth the tower. So Thresh gets a little cocky here, thinking he can outplay me with his hooks or something, and I decide once he steps far enough away from that tower, it's time to Set uses ult here, I think, to get past Mundo and get into his base. And that allows us to just collapse on this tower. So we have no minions. Yeah. They try to dive me here. I kind of kited out, but Kaisai just snipes me. So that kind of sucks. Mundo and Tahm Kench are trying to disengage here. And I think normally that's pretty easy for Mundo, but there's just more of them than they have slows for, and they have a lot of dive potential. They're looking for another Mountain Drake. Negro's trying to harass him as best he can, but there's only so much you can do 1v5, even if you are Mundo. So that was a really bad play by our team, and we didn't get anything for it.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Feels bad. So now we're only like $600 difference, even though we have more kills. And Set's been able to like get a lot of farm solo top in the time I was pushing the bot lane. I went for the Banshee's Veil here because I really like it how much damage that spell shield mitigates. And I felt like I didn't want to get caught by a Thresh hook or something weird coming out of left field. Or like if Nunu tried to do his little ice ball thing, I figured I could just walk in front of it and stop someone from getting like engaged on. So here we don't have vision on them. I don't know I'm standing on a ward. I know they're not going to be in the bot side. I know they're somewhere up there, but I just don't want to walk out and get caught. So the team groups again. Hopefully this time we can push the tower. The restaurant's up with one for Tahm Kench. Honestly, I think everyone was fine with. The damage is just at this point.
team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
So we get the inhibitor, it's clean. I'm pinging. Let's just back, push up top or something. Like, let's get more objectives. But my team just wants to fight. Like, that's all they want to do. They see the enemy and it's like, let's get a fight going. So I think Negro called for Baron here. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. We don't know there's a word in the Baron pit. Didn't bother to speak it, which is probably bad. But we know we've got a 5-3 advantage. So there's no way that they should be able to take this from us. And my spell shield comes back. I felt pretty good. Anyway, we all decide we're gonna back here. I don't know why I grabbed that stupid fruit. I think honestly grabbing that fruit ends up getting my team killed. Because I think that signaled to them that I wanted to stay, and when in actuality I didn't. I think I was just trying to move and I missed. Anyway, I back there. They don't see it, I don't think. And now their team is just too far up and they collapse on it. Finally, I think, gonna try to build my Rylai's Crystal Scepter. So a fight breaks out here, stupid fight from my team, and I think, yeah, those two just end up getting off. So me and Negro want to kind of turn this around, but it's really just us, because the other 3 people on our team are dead. And that's unfortunate. Now we only have 2 people with the Baron buff, and it's unlikely we're going to be able to pressure multiple lanes and get objectives. We realize right now pushing it mid seems kind of stupid because there's no objectives there, so we decide to rotate bot because there's a pretty decent wave, and we're probably going to be able to crash this into the tower, especially with those cannon minions, because they can fire when they've got the Baron buff, like at such range. So this is the start of my Penta kill, I think. Getting some decent damage with these cannons on the set, getting chunked down pretty hard, and Negro's landing his axes, which is pretty devastating. We know we have no minions, so we gotta back up here and just wait for this next wave. I want to clear this as quick as possible so we can keep the pressure on them. Diana pops my spell shield. Thresh was trying to come around behind us. Now, Diana goes all in here, and I decide to alter. Just to get her out of the fight. So then Negro's kind of kiting them around. I come back, I have my aura now. It's just burning percentage health from them like crazy. And Negro just keeps slowing them, I think. So they're just stuck. I exhaust them, can't get away. Get the kill on him with my aura. Set sees what's happening and he just books it. The flash over the wall, we can't follow. I figure I'm not getting a Penta here, so I'm like, let's just get objectives. Like my whole focus here is just like, let's get objectives, let's get the win, right? But he stays instead of getting some health, I guess. And I land this hook, and I just tell Negro, go, 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 go. Like, there's no way these towers are going to kill us, and there's no way we can get it. And I just wanted to ace that, but honestly, I ended up getting the Penta. And I took a tower shot there for no reason, and I'm just really low, so I'm like, you know what, let's back. But Negro's like, no dude, we got the win, like, help me, like, just take this tower down. So I'm like, okay. And meanwhile, he's fighting all of them. I can't even get to the tower. Diana tries to jump on me, and so that's pretty good as far as I'm concerned. We get the win. Yeah, pretty crazy game. Low elo hell. I think I'm gonna make some more videos. Hopefully they'll be a little bit better, and I won't spend so much time stuck in base buying. But it's silver, man. It is what you get. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.